here with
Eckert.
Is that your real name or
Dag name.
other? Okay.
Full name is Eckert O'Kelleher. It's Gaelic. Don't ask me to spell it.
Oh, all right. You know what? Here's something. What's the story? What group are you in? Or unit?
I'm actually the leader of the Fighting Highlanders.
Nice.
It's been a long, hard road to get us out here, but we're doing really well. It's just been an amazing road.
Nice. Where are you guys based out of?
Edinburgh. Yeah, the frozen hellscape itself.
Yeah.
It's negative 30 up there right now, so the 20 degrees has been nice and balmy. It's sunbathing weather.
How long's the trip?
About 3 hours. It could have just been if we got lost.
About 6 hours in this weather.
For a dag, it's worth it.
Nice. How long have you been doing this?
About 3 years.
Nice. How about, what did you think of the event today?
I had a lot of fun. I definitely like the Game of Thrones theme.
I did not realize that's what we were going into.
Yeah.
What do you usually like to fight with?
I'm a red wielder, but I've been doing a lot of sword and board for my unit.
What weapon do you not like to go up against?
Probably the same thing everyone says, flails.
That's what, I forget his name already, but that's, we had someone else say the same thing. I didn't think I saw a lot of flails, but for me it was the pole arms.
Yeah.
Just, especially the one match I tried not using a shield, and it was like...
Yeah. Poorly constructed reds and spears are also a very close second.
That's also what someone said, just especially newbies or just...
Yeah.
They can definitely take the hit. My brain's farting. Ethan, you got anything?
What's your most embarrassing moment?
My entire first year, really?
Is there a story that sticks out in your mind?
Not really. Just me thinking I'm really good at fighting when I'm really not, and then having the forcible humility.
What's your proudest moment?
Probably earning the Most Supportive Unit award here today.
Nice.
Also, a couple days ago, practicing, seeing my unit come together and everyone fighting, knowing I have one of the biggest units in the northern area.
Awesome. How about Rodney? You got anything?
How do you prepare for an event like this?
Me personally, staying up till 3 in the morning, checking all the weapons, shields, everything else, making sure people have guard, making sure my guard's all right. Usually, what ends up happening is my stuff falls by the wayside, so I can make sure other people's stuff is good. But generally, we'll do some practices, we'll do some group training, we'll do some all kinds of good stuff, and then we'll just psych everyone up and get them all excited for the event.
What's the story behind the Highland Warriors?
Well, we started out. We were originally going to be a Dagorhir SCA club. There were a lot of problems in between members. We had a president. I was originally vice president because we have to go by a democracy system.
Okay.
I was originally vice president, but I had to be thrust into the presidential position. The president, I didn't choose president in life, it chose me. And so it almost fell apart a couple different times, but through a lot of really good, dedicated people, we managed to keep it together, and here we are today.
Nice. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and we have
Moira
from
the Fighting Highlanders.
From the Fighting Highlanders. She was an awesome healer. Did you do anything else today?
I normally arch, but since it was snowing and everything was soaked, I did not do archery today, so I purely just healed.
Healing, arching, I love archery, so that's pretty cool. What made you decide to be an archer instead of...
Normally I flank in Florentine, and a lot of the battles that you set up are bridges or walls, or a lot of the battles we did today. So arching just gives you a lot more chance to hit people in the head and kind of like make friends via the mutual pain you share.
Okay. So you like the deal pain, but you healed pain today. How was that?
Healing today was extraordinary. It was a lot of just hours of rippling off 180 syllables a second and trying to get down to less than 20 seconds to heal someone to get our team back out there. So that was a lot of fun, and I'll probably need to drink a lot of tea.
How do you come up with the the spell or whatever you're saying, the 180 syllables?
It pretty much has to be approved by someone like at a previous event, like at a big event like Baden, Gates, Rag. Mine is Shakespeare soliloquy, so I say the to be or not to be speech all the way through, and that's 180 syllables.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Your group also won an award. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we surprisingly won like the best supportive group award. A lot of the members who came out today, this was their first event. Other than the officer corps, which was only 3 of us, everyone else, this was their first event, so they're psyched about it. And it was pretty much just healing and being where you need to be and listening. Like if a line fell, getting a shield there, and like we were just pretty good at following orders and plugging spaces that need to be plugged.
Cool. Where can people find you? I mean, recruitment-wise.
If you go on the Facebook, on the Facebook, if you look up Fighting Highlanders EUP Dagorhir, you'll find us, and then we'll like accept you once you invite us. And we have practices Thursdays and Sundays. We're inside of a gym. We're pretty much based out of the college, so we're up in the frozen wastes of Hoth up there, pretty much. So
that's in like Edinburgh, right?
Edinburgh, yep.
Okay, just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah,
because I wasn't sure. Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.
Right, thank you.
Hey, we're here with
Kenshin.
And you helped run this today?
Yes, I handled all the on-field scenarios.
How did you come up with doing it? It was a Game of Thrones theme.
I always, when I run an event, I try to do things in a theme. I try to pick one theme and make all the scenarios fit with that theme. I've done kind of the Asgardian legend, where you take the frost giants trying to invade Asgard and that sort of thing. I've done the sacking of Constantinople.
Oh, nice.
Lots of different scenarios. So I try to pick one. I actually asked King Gunnar, which he preferred. I do. He said, let's do Game of Thrones. So that's when I started setting up the scenario.
What has been your favorite scenario you've ever done?
My favorite scenario I've ever done? I think actually the taming of... it's escaping me right now. Fenris the Wolf.
What happened in that one?
Basically, they had to take a chain and get it to Fenris's cave. If they could get the chain to Fenris's cave, they could bind him permanently and stop Ragnarok from taking place.
Nice. All right. Since you heard today, you weren't fighting, but when you do, what do you usually fight with?
It depends on what we need that day. I fought Spear for almost my entire 10 years in the game.
10 years?
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm so, like, hey, this is my first one ever, and people, like, he said, like, 13 years.
Yeah. Gunnar and I, we've been in it a great many years. Everybody will say I'm a fair hand at red or at sword and board, but it's really whatever they need that day most.
What's your favorite to do?
My favorite is probably red sword or poleaxe.
Nice. Do you usually get all armored up, or do you go with?
Yes, I have a full Lamellar set that I wear. That I really enjoy.
Nice.
It was made for me by a Kuragano. Hand forged the buckles and everything.
Do you make any of your own weapons?
Yes, I make most of my weapons actually. With Moldred, we run Darkwill Forge.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. So I've made a great many of my weapons. Some they're just a little bit beyond my expertise, so I'd rather pass that off onto someone else.
What's because I was kind of curious. What's the specialty weapons, like the ones that are kind of outside the realm of your normal stuff? I didn't really see. I guess people were saying the flail was it's a lot more technically involved
because then you have to make sure the head is the right weight. You have to make sure the chain is the right length. And it's no matter what, it's always a blue weapon. So you can make a 5-foot flail, but it's only ever going to hit blue. So there's a lot more details to follow when you build a flail that just sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it isn't. And lots of folks think a flail is kind of a cheesy weapon, so they don't really appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into one.
Any tips for anybody who wants to start making their own weapons?
Ask people that are more experienced than you. Ask Ask the people that make their own weapons in your local area, wherever you are. Look at the people that have been playing the game for a long time. Chances are they've made dozens and dozens of weapons and can show you the right way. Don't automatically assume that you know best. That's a big thing. You see lots of guys, they get a great idea in their head and they want to go, and then they build something that is either A, illegal, or B, won't last a minute. We had a couple of guys, they decided they were going to build their first two-handed sword before they showed up. I snapped that two-handed sword 3 practices in a row. They would fix it, bring it to me, I'd break it. They'd fix it, I'd bring it, they'd break it. It was just they weren't listening.
Yeah, I got a little excited because I watched a YouTube video on how to make it, and then I was like, oh my god. But then, like, after the fact, I was like, I should probably either do more research or find someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, almost always you can find somebody that will help you or will explain it to you in great detail, so that way you don't waste a lot of time, money, energy, because, I mean, those materials can be expensive, and if you just make it to turn around and have a sword that fails, you've wasted a lot of money there.
Nice. All right, last question. How do you think we did today as our first time?
Well, I mean, I wasn't necessarily focusing on you guys in particular, but the field as a whole did really well. There weren't a lot of big injuries or anything like that. We had minor bumps and stuff like that.
Yeah. Only our camera.
Yeah.
Or Ethan took a pull arm to the knee.
Yeah. Nobody ended up with a bloody head or their ankle broken or anything like that. And in this kind of weather, you really have to be thankful of that.
Yeah. No one snapped an ankle or anything. But all right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Glad you guys enjoyed it.